Hey guys, this is Zeals. I'm back with another video, and today is a good day because we have two new events this week, and I do want to dive deeply into the Prophet event because I feel that there's a little bit of controversy going on, and not many people have noticed what's going on with what the developers are doing. But let's get into that a little bit later. I do want to discuss the recent hero changes as well, and the this week's rewards, and just my opinion and my take on the prize rewards. So we got two warriors on the prize rewards for Prophet Summons. We have the Corpse Demon, which is kind of funny because he was designed to pretty much end the Sigmund aura. I mean, not aura, but Sigmund days in the PvP meta. And we do have Sigmund in the last prize as well as his exclusive skin, which looks pretty cool, I guess. Um, I'm not a big Sigmund fan in terms of PvP, of course. In PvE, I know that he has his place, but I don't know. I see a lot of posts and a lot of people really loving Sigmund. He's just not my forte, I guess. I mean, in terms of art design, but that's my opinion. Anyways, do I think the Prophet Orb event, the rewards are great this time? I mean, I prefer the last time because I'm more into the PvP rewards, but I'll take a Sigmund and the skin, of course. I mean, I'm gonna finish this event without paying a single cent, and I'm gonna be talking about that just in a few moments. And we have the casino about freaking time, and we have Kameth as the reward, as well as Karma. Sorry, not Karma, Field. Anyways, this artifact's not bad for those that are starting out, that are like pretty much early into the game. Like if you're a month or two in, this artifact is pretty good. It's like Fearless Armor, but a red version. So it's gonna help you guys out in Aspen and things like that in PvE and PvP as well if you're a new player. And the rest of the stuff is pretty much just junk, except the speed. You could keep that speed around if you're a new player. It's pretty good on Kameth, which is the final reward anyways. In terms of Kameth and PvP, of course, he is the star, the hero of Shadow Faction. Field to me is pretty much fodder. Someone's gonna always defend Field and say how awesome he is, but to me, I'm a person who aims for just top end and maintaining first place and I guess all the brackets of PvP. So I'm gonna go for what I think is like a must hero, and Kameth is one of them. Unfortunately, I'm not really working on him or need him, but I'll take him, right? I mean, for most players out there, these two rewards are amazing. Like we have, Sigmund, great for early game players, and we recently had Vesa from, was it Last Miracle? Yeah, so like they're like putting back these great PvE heroes for the newer players, and I do notice that there are a lot more newer players lately. There's a lot of um, questions on Reddit about what to do, a lot of newbie questions. I mean, the posts are titled newbie questions, so I'm just gonna call them noobs. But I do welcome all the new players, and I'm very excited for the merges, which is currently happening still. And I want to focus more of my videos on those early and mid tier players as well, instead of just focusing all the time on PvP and end game, and most people see that PvP is like a thing that end game players do, but we're gonna discuss that, like I said, in a couple minutes. In terms of rewards, they're great, except for Corpse Demon and Field. I think those are like pretty much fodder to me, Corpse Demon especially. We're gonna discuss that because he did get buffed. Anyways, Sigmund, Kameth, great rewards. As for me, I don't need them, but will I complete the event? Of course, I'm gonna complete the event. I'm not gonna hold on to casino chips or orbs for the anniversary event. And like I said, I keep saying this, but I'm gonna talk about that very soon. So before we talk about all the good stuff, let's go over the class or the hero changes. So let's go into the first one, which was Karma, and Karma did get some health buff right there. About at 8 star, he did gain about 10% more health. Looks like, yeah. And the funny thing about Karma is that he increases allies' precision for 3 rounds after he does his active attack. He also has a CC, and that hits the back line, but it's on an active. His speed was not changed, so he suffers from that. And also his basic attacks, which is modified by his last passive, which is kind of, this hero overall is very strange now. Like, he serves literally no purpose in the meta. The only thing he literally counters is like Mickey, but like seriously, nobody really runs Mickey in PvP these days. And with the removal of dodge, like, you know, this guy just, or sorry, it's a she, but anyways, like, she just pretty much gives allies precision, as well as she lowers the frontline enemies block by 20%, right? Which is very strange because her active hits the back line, but then her basics target the front line and lowers the block. All right, and let's see here. She has 100% precision, attack, and HP, blah blah blah. So like she goes through all pretty much block, right? But block is not really a great of a stat, and you really don't need that much, you know, precision. I mean, these days, most players that are starting out that know what to do, they're not even investing in precision in the guild tech, and especially those who are rerolling their guild tech, they're not really, they're pretty much skipping the precision, because block, like, when someone's hitting you for like 2+ million, like, block, okay, like, it's not gonna stop much of that. Like, you're pretty much gonna die anyways. Yeah, someone's gonna argue like, oh yeah, block did help me live, you know, there was one scenario, blah blah blah, but you know, pretty lackluster of a stat. And this hero pretty much has like, it just like all the skills don't really work together. I mean, she's like kind of an Emily, which I'm gonna discuss in another video. Like, she's pretty much butchered just like Emily. But all right, so let's go to the next hero. The next hero that was buffed was, interestingly enough, Margaret. I mean, she was in dire need of a buff like months ago, but at last she's got a buff. She got some speed. Her speed is not bad. Actually, it's not great as well, because let's talk about her active. She did gain some CC in her active, so she has like, you know, 30% chance to stun, all right, poison targets for 2 rounds. So deals like, you know, damage to all enemies poisoned in, blah 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 blah, and has chance to poison. But if your speed is like slower than DH, and DH is pretty much slow right now, if you're slower than DH and, you know, you have to CC through an active, it's pretty not fast enough. You know, like Kameth, the reason why Kameth works with his speed is because that even when he's silenced, right, he could still CC, because his basic attack CCs. All right, so let's look at the first passive. Not much change there. We go into this, not much change, and she has a heal now. Whoop-de-doo, like, it's not gonna do much because her health is so freaking low anyways. Margaret, she's like already like pretty hard to get. She has really low chance of appearing from summons and orbs, and I mean, I really wouldn't build her, but if you like have like 3 copies laying around and you're a new player, I mean, so be it. And the next hero that was changed, I don't remember off the bat. Oh yeah, sorry. It was Corpse Demon, right? Corpse Demon was buffed as well. Corpse Demon gained some higher freeze chance, but again, is based off active skill. Now, my YouTube channel has tons of PvP video in the upper, you know, tier, upper echelon, whatever you want to call it. And I've never like, I've watched all my videos again in the last 3 weeks. I've never seen Corpse Demon get an active off, all right? That's because, you know, I know I say this a lot, but he suffers from the lack of speed, right? I mean, there's so many heroes that people have now in these later servers that just are able to shut down, like, anything that's slow. Like, anything that's slow, in my definition, is slower than Demon Hunter, right? And, I mean, I've never met a team who didn't have a Demon Hunter. I mean, I met a team that had a Demon Hunter in their lineup, but they don't, I mean, they have a 10-star Demon Hunter, but they don't use it. But I never met a team that doesn't have a Demon Hunter by now in our server group. So everyone runs one. So it's like, you know, they're gonna have a Valentino, they're gonna have a Cruz, blah blah blah, and like, you know, this Corpse Demon is just way too easy to control. So, you know, having CC, it is amazing, it is great, but if it's tied to only active and you're slower than Demon Hunter, I consider that hero pretty much fodder. All right. Alright, so some new players, like, of course, Corpse Demon is going to carry you in PvP, like, at 9-star game. When I had a Corpse Demon at 9-star, I mean, the meta was much different back then, but at 8-star and like, things like that, I saw, like, Corpse Demon just get hit and, you know, CC, like, 5 out of 6 heroes. Yeah, I mean, in that perspective, yeah, he is great in the mid-game and early game, but I'm talking, like, end game, like, in end game, he's truly fodder right now. Alright, they're trying, I see the devs, what they're trying to do. They're trying to bring back the Warriors with King Barton. We'll see, we'll see. We need more of a drastic overhaul to entire Warrior lineup for them to have a comeback, right? Anyways, passive, you know, increase attack and block. Like I said, block sucks. My last video, which was made after the buff to Corpse Demon, he still gets 1 shot or 2 shot or 3 shot by Faithblade, Scurride, Dasmo, anybody with burst. Demon Hunter just eats through him. Things like that, alright? The buff of attack, Corpse Demon, like I said, endgame, waste of slot. He doesn't do damage, he doesn't CC. I mean, he does get hit on CC, but I mean, it's like, you know, why waste a slot? Like, you're like trying to 5v6 someone. This heal did get changed so that it would be of his total health, and it only lasts for 3 rounds. I consider this like a buff because, like, you know, the heal from the attack. I mean, like, heal in this meta, like, if it's not like drastic heals, it's like Karim's heal, like based off damage. That shit, like, you know, that's awesome. But like anything else, like based off attack or max health. I mean, max health, like Cruz, I see that changing games, but like, I don't know, like, I don't think the heal is gonna do anything. Anyways, let's go to the last hero, guys. Omnivore. The hero I always talk about, you know, Omnivore. So he lost all his armor break, but in return, he lost 40% armor break, but in return, he did gain, where is it? He did gain 30% attack. Now, people have mixed opinions about this. So armor break would work better in terms of like early rounds of PvE, but then after, you know, you run a Sigmund is gonna pretty much strip all the armor anyways. So in terms of PvE, people think that it is, of course, a buff because more attack means that he'll heal more in PvE. Heals do matter against broken space higher bosses and things like that. Or if you're running without a healer in Marauders, for example, because you're using Ilaria, then yeah, having more attack equals more heals. That's great. Now, PvP, does it make any difference? To be honest, no, it doesn't. I mean, he just got better at killing pretty much Vesa and Cruz, but we could counter that pretty well because my team, their Cruz is completely naked. Like, Cruz is like naked so that like he does his passive like in round 1 or 2 without fail. The only heroes that are able to like stop that is like Faithblade or Omnivore, but even then, like, it doesn't really kill Cruz, alright, because of the damage reduction and stuff like that. But anyways, that's another whole topic. Omnivore change, great. Was it the change he needed? No, he needed like crit, and like I said, he needs crit, and even then, like, it's like not enough because, like, in comparison to Faithblade, he doesn't have a snowball effect. Like when there's like a enemy team, they're dying, he gets like, you know, like energy back, or he doesn't get like a stack of more damage, like holy damage from Faithblade. He doesn't get anything like that. So what's holding Omnivore back? Like, he's not immune to a CC that's like very relevant. Like Faithblade, he's immune to Valentino, he's immune to Cruz, and Valentino and Cruz is pretty, you know, very OP. Like, most people are gonna run him. I love Valentino, I love Cruz, like, they're so good right now. And Faithblade is immune to both of that, and he's also immune to Michelle, who is such a good hero, as well as himself. So being immune to stun is like a huge plus right now because most people don't run Ice Blink, and when they do run Ice Blink, I mean, they're not gonna get a freeze off anyways. I mean, if they do, then, you know, they just got lucky. But so right now the best CC right now is Petrify and Stun, and Petrify cannot be renewed until it's worn off, but Stun can. So Stun is like the best CC. As for Omnivore, he's immune to Silence, and that means he's immune to Vesa, Silence, and Demon Hunter. But let's be honest, Vesa getting her passive off is quite low in the endgame meta. Anyways, Let's go into the Prophet Orb talk. So I'm going to do my event at the last day, and I'm gonna record that. But and I'm gonna discuss of like how people can obtain more, Prophet Orbs. But right now, if I look at the event calendar, and shout out to KWWW at Reddit who updates this stuff like a couple times a week. He's doing a good job. And the thing about Prophet Orb event, I've been monitoring it from, let's say, Halloween event. Halloween was a great reward. We had Vesa in there. We had Natalian. Okay, sorry about that. Natalian, never mind. But we had Vesa in there, right? And 4 weeks later, we had Asmodel and we had Walter. At the time, those two were pretty relevant heroes, right? And then 4 weeks later, we had Armivore, Emily. This was like right after the the Christmas event with Faithblade and Armivore coming out. I mean, this was like, I was so happy with the rewards. Emily and Armivore, like two god tiers back then, right? Tied in the rewards. That was amazing. And then what do we have? We had a 6-week break after that. We had a 6-week break thanks to the Chinese New Year. Everybody had enough orbs. I mean, unless you were spending them. And they even gave like that. There was a huge debacle with that 30 orb tied to the, was it the lantern or whatever? Anyways, so most people didn't make it, but some people did get the 30 orbs as a free to play or monthly, whatever. And right after 6 weeks, we had Kameth Ice Blink. People were happy with that. But let's start tracking from there. So from the last week of February, I think it was 23rd of February, we had Kameth. And tied to Kameth, we had a very nice skin. I mean, it was one of the first skins released, but we had the Demon Hunter skin. I mean, people loved it. And, oh, thanks for subscribing. Anyways, we had the Kameth and the skin as well, and people liked it. It also came with Miracle, and 6 weeks later, plus Miracle, guys. Like, I'm talking like 6 weeks to save. You had 30 from the Chinese New Year, unless you didn't get lucky enough, and we had 10 from the Miracle, and we had Casino, Rosa, Aiden. That is what, 20 Prophet Orbs, and 6 weeks to save, with 30 from the Chinese New Year, as well as the Prophet Orb event. I mean, most people were able to complete the Kameth and the Ice Blink. I got really lucky that Prophet Orb. I got a couple Demon Hunters, I got Rosa, etc. Anyways, so after that, ever since it's been 4 Prophet Orb events now. Ever since then, we've had a skin tied to the last tier of reward. Now, and since then, we're seeing less and less of skins being sold from the value packs, right? So the value packs used to have like skins and stuff like that, especially exclusive skins. But after the amount of like complaining on the Facebook page, and I know the devs really ignore that, and they don't care if you call them like greedy or whatever company, whatever. They really didn't care, but I see that they're trying to change their appearance and business model. I could be completely wrong. Next week they introduce a skin through the value package, and don't say I was, don't call me out and say I was wrong. I mean, I'm just saying what I'm just noticing. It's just my opinion that they're tying skins to the last reward of Prophet Orbs. To why are they doing that? So that they don't look as greedy per se. Like in the first layer of things, they don't look that greedy because they're not putting in the value package. They're like, putting it at the end of the reward where people can chase and obtain it. But that's the key word right there, chase. Why? Because ever since Kameth, we are having like shorter gaps between Prophet Orb events. Of course, that could change in the future. Of course, that may not be true because we're going to get a 2-week event for anniversary. But the thing was, after Kameth, it was 4 weeks. And then after that, Asmodel and Queen, which in my opinion was really terrible. I did complete it, but I just did it for the food or fodder, whatever you want to call it. Not Asmodel and Queen, I didn't fodder those, but it's just for getting the rewards, because Valentino was introduced, and the week after I was, fishing for Valentino. Anyways, after that, we had another 3 weeks, and we have Dark Arthindel and Edgar. After 3 weeks, we had what we have right now, what I'm showing you. Anyways, Dark Arthindel was the first PO event with the Prophet Orb event with the exclusive skin. It's a lovely skin. I went, you know, full blast on that event. I went on the first day and I spent all my orbs into Fortress. I actually pulled out 26 5 stars. I got 2 Emily. Anyways, I got a Sigmund. I got an Ice Blink just from orbs. Not even swaps. Right? That event was insane. I recorded it, but I deleted it because whatever. It's not that special. And also tied with that Dark Arthendo and Edga was Bessa Miracle event to help for those. So those 3 week gaps, we had just 3 week gaps, 3 week gaps now, and they're tying exclusive skins to the end. So I see a lot of complaints. I opened up Facebook for Idle Heroes, and the top 2 comments already like saying like, you know, $600 to get a segment exclusive skin, blah 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 blah. I opened Reddit and people were like, oh my god, I'm not ready, there weren't enough events. And I agree, I do agree with them, I do feel for them, because in between Dark Arthendo and the current Prophet Orb event, we had what opportunities do we have? Or currently we have Casino event, which is 10 Prophet Orbs, and so that's 10. We had Militant, which is 5, that's 15. Tavern is 14, so that's 29 orbs. This is all last week. Broken Space didn't give anything. Exchange didn't give it anything. Fusion didn't give it anything. We also had a daily login for this week, and then the week before we had orbs as well, or was it the week before even that? Anyways, that is 14, so that's 29 plus 14. My math is just so bad. 43, and then we had Shelter event before the Militant event, which gave no, what was it? It didn't give any orbs, but we did have that. Did we have a box event? Or what was it? It was like a special event with Karim. Oh yeah, it was a box event. Yeah, the Dark Remnant event. So we had 8 from there, so that is 51 orbs, right? 51 orbs just through the events. So you had to get around 69 through, you know, like your own ways. And people were like saying, even those who, you know, those free to play players and those monthly card players that saved or like, you know, arduously, they didn't spend a single orb, they're gonna be short this event. And I do feel for those guys. Like, I do feel that, like, by introducing Prophet Orb sooner, tied with an exclusive skin, it's like a way of saying, hey, you gotta start spending for Prophet Orbs if you want these nice exclusive skins. Alright, so instead of putting them in packages, they're putting them into the end prizes, and they're introducing these orb events quicker and with like less time to gather them in between. So with only, you know, 59, so let's just say 60, let's just round it off to 60 given during the last 3 weeks, excluding Aspen, as well as, you know, market refresh. Maybe you landed one in the refresh, or getting them from Super Casino wheels, because they did give that in the Tavern event currently right now. So let's say you got really lucky with those, like market refresh, and you got some from the Super Casino. Let's say you got, like, you know, 65. So you have 55 to go. Where do you get all those? Like, where do you get all those as a monthly card, or a like a casual spender, or a free to play? Like, I mean, this is why I make so many videos about endgame videos, like the PvP scene, because people think like, oh, PvP is where, you know, endgame players just do things because there's nothing else to do. That's what the recent posts I read. I mean, no, I don't wake up like 2 hours before I have to wake up just to attack players over and over and annoy the crap out of them. I do it because I want my orbs, right? I'm VIP 11, but I don't really like to spend. I really don't spend. I'm like a Jew in this game. I'm sorry if I have to use that reference, but I really don't spend unless I really have to. Like, it is like, you know, like, oh my god, like Staff of the Punisher, I did have to go get it, but like I didn't even spend to get the Orb of Annihilation, because I mean, it's like, I'm not gonna pay $400 for 50 skill damage. Anyways, I haven't spent for Prophet Orbs ever since, like I said, in October. Like, so how did I get it? How did I get the 55? Well, there's 2 things you gotta do. One, the most important thing is PvE, right? The first thing that new player gotta do. If you're new, don't even worry about, like, you're gonna miss out on a segment skin. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I know that the guy next to you that's on the new server that's spending $400, he's gonna complete the event, he's gonna get a segment, and he's gonna get a skin where you are not going to, because you're free to play or multiplayer and you're on a new server, right? You're probably gonna have like 10, 20 max, right? I feel you guys. That sucks. Hey, bite the bullet. Keep working on that PvE, right? Most of those those money spenders, like, I'm not trying to stereotype, but they don't know what they're doing. On our server, the guy, he was like, as soon as like 2 months in, he was like VIB12, right? He had like a full rainbow 10 star, and then he quit because he got destroyed. He got destroyed all by our guildies and my friends because I told him what to do and what heroes to build, and we caught him, we just destroyed him, and he quit. He gave his account away, etc. Anyways, that's another story. Just focus on the PvE. Those guys who are spending, they're gonna focus on PvP, right? They're gonna get like, you know, those posts where like they're like not even level 100 and they have a 10-star King Barton. He obviously focused on the wrong hero. For you as a new player, focus on the PvE heroes. I'm gonna make a whole dedicated video on the new player PvE scene. The thing you want to focus on the most. People underrate Marauders for some reason. I don't understand why. But as a free to play, you need to focus on Marauders, as well as the most important thing is the Aspen. Alright, as soon as Aspen unlocks, your goal is to climb that thing, right? You gotta get to Nightmare ASAP, alright? Why? Because like I said, you have a hole. Those complaining about this Prophet Orb event, missing out on the Sigma skin, you know, you didn't get your orbs because maybe you're not hitting Nightmare in Aspen, right? Maybe you don't have the copies or the heroes to do it. I understand you. It's gonna come, alright? And when it comes, when you hit Nightmare, you're gonna get those orbs. Not 55, but you're gonna get maybe on average on a month. I'm gonna say an average. I've had some, you know, lucky streaks, but on average on a month, you might get like 20, 25. You might get like less, all right? Let's just say 20, 25, in between there. So where do you get the rest, right? I'm gonna discuss every, you know, possible way to get them, because I don't want to single out things just because they're very hard for people to get. Well, TOC, right? TOC is another way to get them, all right? Don't be tempted by any of the other rewards. Just look at the blue Prophet Orb. All right, don't even get the branch. All right, that's for private server. Okay, private servers have a better chance of getting. No, actually, sorry, and not a better chance of getting swap. Swap is the same thing, but for private server, I recommend the branch because orbs are so easy to get. That's what I was trying to say, because you're able to get the orb event easily every time on private server. But for official server, get that baby orb right there. How do you get them? Do some battles. You get them through wins, losses, whatever. Don't spend all your tokens on it, but just like I said about the last 5-minute rule, the what is that? The chicken. You know, it's all about the last. In TOC, good players, they wait. They don't even do any battles for the first 3 days. They wait till the last 5 minutes or 1 minute, and then they just spam. All right, place well. You're gonna get 1 or 2 orbs. Alright, you're gonna get 1 or 2 orbs. You have a PvE lineup in PvP, it's fine. On a new server, you're still gonna wreck. Alright? You could use Heartwatch, you could use Vesta, you could use Segment, you'll do fine. You'll do fine on a new server. Alright? You're not endgame, don't worry about it. Get them orbs, get them tokens. Alright, spend it on orbs. So for me, on average, on a month, I would get about I would say at the least 15 to 20 orbs just from this guy TOC. Now, FTA, as you do work up, you're getting better in PvE, and you're able to have 2 other partners that you're able to communicate. Maybe you're friends, you have phone numbers, you have, you know, whatever, chatting programs, and you're able to keep in touch. Then pursue the FTA like me, right? We've just had 3 weeks, 1 week. So 4 weeks of this month, we missed number 1 because I let one of my teammates lead. He wanted to smash, but he forgot to set his alarm, so he didn't get to spend, you know, all the stamina. But anyways, we did end up first 3 out of 4 weeks this month, and that's a lot of, you know, orbs. That's 15, and for the leader, that's 18 orbs. So you can't deny that PvP does also give the extra boost. That's why I make these videos, not because, you know, I love to smash and talk crap, because I never do that. That's not what I do, right? I'm pretty old. What I like to do is get my rewards for free, right? I don't know about you, but 18 orbs a month. Okay, so let's say I got number 1 4 times. I'm not even trying to say like you need to get number 1. Like, even if you land like top 20, isn't it? I think it was top 20 that you do get orbs. So like just over a month, you're able to get 12 orbs to 24 orbs. just through FTA, just by placing top 20. And you can do it, guys. Don't act like, oh my god, like FTA, that's not for me. No, it is for you guys. All right, you can do it. Like, take it from me. I was a guy who never made it past 50. All right, who never made it past 50, and I just set goals. I was like, all right, you know what? Let's get 50. All right, let's get 30. Let's get 20. I just wanted that little blue badge, right? That blue badge, like this icon thing. I was just like, yo, I want to get the blue badge. We got it. All right, so we got it. Let's try to get top 10, and then we got second. That was shocking. Anyways, guys, to keep it short, Prophet Orb events, I'm seeing this recurring pattern. It's getting shorter. I could be wrong. Maybe next time it's 4 to 5 weeks. I'm not a dev, all right? But they're tying these exclusive skins at the end with obviously a nice hero at the end. As Model had an As Model skin, not exclusive. Kameth had Demon Hunter skin. Dark Arthendal had an amazing skin with amazing stats on it for PvP. So I see what they're doing here. They're not being upfront about it. Not a lot of people have noticed it, but they're tying these beautiful artworks and extra stats and nice heroes to the end, while not giving as many opportunity to get orbs, because they want you to spend. I mean, this is where it's at for them. They're a company. They gotta make money. So let's say I was not able to do FTA or TOC. Like I was like, you know what? Screw PvP. Why would I do that? Why would I fight players? That's just hassle. I mean, if I didn't do that, I would have to buy 2-3 packages right now, right? Okay, two packages. Okay, I would have to buy it just to get this lovely skin, right? Even though I don't even like Sigmund, I still dig the skin, right? I can't deny that. So this is why I like to make videos about FTA. This is why I like to give publicity on FTA and let people know that this is one of the goals in playing this game. Yeah, early game, PvE. Yeah, they hit Nightmare, goal knocked out. Marauder is great for gem generation. You're free to play. You're a monthly card holder. I'm a monthly card holder, and I get so many gems a day from Marauders. Like I don't even know. Like just this is like all in one day, right? And I don't even like play this game that much. Like I'm pretty much just making video for you guys. So all you gotta do is like go here and go to World Chat and look at this guy. Like he just advertising to get a Marauder, and he's like just able to get gems like out the butt. I mean, I don't even push for Marauder score. I'm just here to I always finish top 10 and I get my gem. Like the whole point of Marauder, people think, is that to get top 3 for the rewards. Let me show you the reward, guys. All right, so the top 3 rewards, 500 gems, and for number 3 is 350 gems. Like whoop-de-doo, right? That's not the point of Marauder. The whole point of Marauder is to get that kill, right? So PvE is important because it is a huge gem generation. It's gonna fuel your Aspen when you hit Nightmare and you're low VIP with the monthly card. You're not gonna generate enough gems to always purchase every scroll and every orb, all right? But you can if you also focus and stay active, and you never let your Marauder hearts cap, right? I mean, not the cap, but the stamina cap. I never let that thing cap. I always attack Marauders, and I don't have a lot of guildies on my friends list. I deleted a lot of them, and they always add me back like, oh my god, why you take me off? But it's nothing personal. I just like to have like abundance of other players, because if you have all your guildies, then as soon as like one of your guildies get Marauders, like since I'm on the best guild on the server, like it just dies in like 3 seconds, right? Instead of that, I'd rather have like idle friends from like the world chat, and I'd rather just add them, and then when they get Marauders, I could just slowly take my time and kill them, because I'm not that active. I'm not checking my phone once an hour, even though I would like to. I'm kind of busy with my work and I have other things to do. So yeah, that's it for today. I know I talked a lot, I gibbered a lot, and I just talking, but that's my idea right now. What devs are doing, they're secretly trying to earn a better image by introducing exclusive nice fantasy artwork through the reward from Prophet Orbs. This looks like a nice publicity stunt, but to me, for the free-to-play monthly card holders that are not investing into their PvP lineup, which is fine. Like I said, if you're new, focus on the PvE, right? I always get attacked by this, but once you're Gucci, once you're good with the PvE, like me, for me, my standard is finish towers. Actually, towers just whatever, but finish nightmare or hit nightmare and consistently kill marauders and do well on guild boss. Of course, guild boss is this is a whole nother topic. Like I could just do like 10 videos on just the guild tab alone. But anyways, yeah, focus on PvE. And then, I mean, don't be upset because you can't complete the events. And just know that just know what they're doing right now. Just be aware of what the devs are doing. They're using their brains and not being upfront and being greedy, but they're tying it into these event rewards. And just plan it out, guys. Just do your PvE, get that Aspen, hit that Nightmare, buy them orbs, get enough gems to buy those orbs by doing Marauders and upgrading your Celestial Island, which is another video. Sorry guys for saying that this is another video because there's so much content that I need to cover, guys. Anyways, it's been a long video. If you liked the video, if you found this video helpful, please subscribe, guys, and it really helps if you hit the thumbs up on YouTube as well as Reddit to get some publicity, guys. Anyways, thanks guys so much. I will see you tomorrow with another video.